Hey everyone, welcome to another Haze Reverb video. This time I'm going to talk about the Cosmic Showdown that just occurred. This video actually will probably be posted a couple of days after the event ends, mostly just because I have other things to upload before that. But I will obviously have this released at some point. But I want to talk about it now because I'm not going to have time towards the end of the season then to check my rankings. But I think for now, most likely I should be locked for number one. Unless someone wants to spend crystals to like push ahead, then I mean they can do so. I didn't spend any. I just used my normal attacks this time, and I got pretty. I feel like I got pretty lucky to not really lose that much at all. I think there was only one day where I lost my victory protection. I adjusted my team, and then it was fine after that. So I only lost like a couple attacks, and then yeah. I think maybe one other day I might have not used. Oh, actually, on the very first day, I missed a couple attacks, mostly because I was using my attacks right like just before the daily reset, and I didn't because the matches take so long. Like you have to wait the 15 seconds to skip. It took too long for me to get all my attacks done, so I actually only did 3 out of 5 attacks. Then there was one day where I lost my victory protection, so I didn't use all my attacks that day. But yeah, it worked out to be a funny number to actually reach like a multiple of 5. But yeah, anyway, for now we can just check. I'll just show the rankings at the moment. It's actually very close in the top 10 because you want to be top 10, or if you're going for the rankings, it's just top 10 that gets the extra rewards. It's not nothing crazy. It's like some currency for like cosmetic stuff. But the aim would be to get top 10, and even at the like 10th place, it's pretty close. Like there's a few people at 21. So this will probably change a lot because this is basically the start of the last day. But yeah, let's go into the teams I use for this Cosmic Showdown. Now, my general philosophy, I applied it here, which is I want my best team on my offense team, and then my defense team, I just do the best I can with what I have. Because you'll see in my defense team, I don't have like not all my units are skilled up, and I was just basically using like the leftovers, right? Because obviously, for your best PvP team, at least for me, it will be my clock team, right? And that's going to eat up a lot of my best units already. Like, so for example, Lena is like the best support. No one really comes close to Lena. I think maybe Valentine Lilith could be good, but I don't have any skill ups into her, so I don't think she's good enough without skill ups. But yeah, there's no one that's comparable to Lena as a second support, aside from maybe Genia, now that I think about it, which I did use, but she's not fully skilled up. And I think you do need her to be at a certain skill rank to make her over limit good. But I just ran. I mean, I'll show you later. I did ran her because that's all I had. But yeah, there's no one that really compares to the power of a rank 9 plus Lena, unfortunately. So I did use Lena on my offense team. Aside from that, this is mostly my normal PvP team. Normally I would run. Normally I don't run Fafnir, but she seemed to be working fine on offense here. Then we've got like the Ren and Affiliate combo here. Taking out 2 units is pretty good, especially because on the people's defense team, usually they're not running their best team. Right? Some people do, but most people don't, and therefore this makes it that I have a fairly easy time beating the teams with my offense team. I think there's only one person. I don't even remember who it was, but there was one person that I lost to with my offense team, and aside from that, everyone else I generally would win, right? But yeah, aside from that, like very standard Hlock team, we got Harriet for DPS, Fafnir DPS. Yeah, as I said, the 2 like Banish combo, Mo, Hlock, and a couple of taunts, right? Ideally, I would have liked more taunts, but like, I guess normally I would probably like, instead of Fafnir, I run another taunt. But Fafnir seemed to be working, so I just left it alone. But yeah, this is the offense team I use. Now for the defense team, probably be a bit more interesting because it's using like the leftovers, right? Now I did run a assault type team, and it seemed to work actually a lot better than I expected it to. I was expecting to not really win much at all with this, But yeah, in the previous Cosmic Showdown, I was actually running a heavy team instead. The heavy team was just like terrible for me. I actually I ended up trying to swapping it around, but I couldn't get it to work. I think a lot of that is because a lot of the good units that you would run on a heavy team, I have placed in my guard team, right? So like things like Renophilia, uh, sorry, I just remember Lena, right? I think those are the main three, right? That I would probably want to run on a or any team really, right? Because they're just so good. But I think heavies without them, plus also lacking the skill ups, it was a pretty big hit too. Hardly any of my heavy units are skilled up. Assault types, on the other hand, I have more skill ups, but um, we're still missing a lot. So I'll go through some of these, right? So first off, I have Nanami, who is only rank 1, yes, you can see. Obviously, she would want to be much higher than this. I don't know if she was really doing that much, to be honest. It seemed to be working well enough, surprisingly, despite it being on a defense team. But yeah, if I had more books, I would put more into her if I could. Then we've got Genia. As I mentioned before, my Genia is not that high skill rank. She's only rank 3. I think you need to be rank like 8 or something. I can't remember exactly. But you do need more skill ups into her, which I just couldn't afford to put any into. But yeah, I just threw her in because she does have an over limit, but I think she does need a higher rank to utilize that over limit better. We've got the Transcendent Red. She's at the minimum for the auto taunt. But yeah, I didn't really place her like next to units because she doesn't have the damage share, so that didn't matter. But otherwise, normally you would probably run something like this, like all together, so that she has the damage share on the two tanks, the other two tanks. Then we got the normal red. The normal red actually I have her skilled up because I do normally use her in normal PvP. Actually, I don't remember if I use her nowadays, but she's I did use her for quite a long time with especially while like Type T was a bit more rampant. But in Cosmic Showdown, some people will probably use Type T, and I think she's a viable option. But if you're trying to like get as many wins as possible, I think it's better to avoid her. Mostly because if you do get paired against someone who is running red, because red is just a good generic unit, right? She's a tank, high HP. I think she has fixed damage, if I'm not mistaken. Not very high fixed damage, but she does have fixed damage. Then then you're basically just giving them a buy, right? Because Type T just doesn't do anything. You just down a unit for no reason, and yeah, it's just hard counted. So that's why I avoided using her. In the past, I did try her, but yeah, as I said, like once you do run into like one or two people that have a red on the opposing side, then you're in for a rough time. And if you swap it to the other side, then maybe someone else will have it on the other team. Like it's a bit of a nightmare, right? Because you have to plan around like what people are running on both offense and defense, and there's so many people, in the pool of players, right? And then we've got Summer Lilith here. She's only rank 1. Again, similar to Nanami, would have loved to have more skill ups into her, but it seemed to be working okay. I don't know why the HP looks so low. She does have cores. Maybe this is showing the offense side, but I know on defense she has cores. But yeah, she's here because she has like scaling with or not scaling, but like abilities that affect having multiple assault units. And she's sort of like the current core part of an assault team because she is a taunt unit. She has the support like aspect of her, similar to Clock, not quite as powerful as Clock, of course, but she's still like basically the equivalent of team-wide buffing, like Shisha for heavy teams, like that sort of equivalent. Yeah, then we've got Miso. Just I wanted 2 supports because since I'm not running Lena, I wanted like couple of like a bit more extra coverage on supports. So yeah, I was running that, and also I wanted the damage reduction in case of like reflect and stuff like that, right? To protect the Skadi. Ideally, I would have Lena and Mizo, but of course, I don't have the room for that on this team, right? We've got Mirai here. Mirai is one of the rank 10 units I had from ages ago, so getting a bit more like a second life usage here because I haven't used her in. I don't really use her at all, like outside of Cosmic. But I think she's good in the Assault tank because she's the T-Starry bait, and then she has like decent damage. She's not like as good, or nowhere near as good as like Her Majesty, right? Princess Skadi. But she does have a good range. She hits squishy units quite well. Plus, like just being a max res unit to counter T-Starry, that's already going to be a good part of the team, right? I have like a random Nasty here, and that's just because it's just like an extra taunt. Because like compared to the guard team, you normally would have things like Clock and Mo take up space, but you actually don't have that on the assault team. And you don't need that many DPS units, right? And also, I don't have Ren Affiliate, right, taking up room either. So I have a lot of room for like multiple tanks. So I have 4 tanks here, right? And that's just so I have enough coverage to like block off the front line, and also for the back line, I have something to cover that with Nastia, and also her being at the back helps for Harriets, right? So if a Harriet does the EX, it will hit the one that like furthest away, so it will hit Nastia, and Nastia is expendable, so I don't mind if she gets killed by that. And I think that pretty much covers everyone in the team. So this is what I just tried out. I didn't really put that much thought into it, and I mean the positioning may not even be optimal, but it worked well enough, right? I would say it won a fair amount of the time. Definitely in the lower ranks, it would win. Once I got to the higher ranks where there's a lot more of the top PvP players, this team would usually lose, but it would take out enough of the enemy units that I would win, right? There were some close matches where I barely won, and there's only a few people, right? But aside from that, it actually turned out much better than I thought it would. So anyway, I think that covers everything I wanted to talk about for Cosmic Showdown. Hope that is a bit insightful, gives you some ideas on what you could run and work towards in the future. So yeah, I'll leave it there. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.